others.
Yeah,
No?
or maybe compared to what I was when I was much younger.
I made a little scale here. This is like a scale. Here is like 1, and here is 10.
Yeah.
Okay? And 10 is when you are perfect. You're sitting still like a Buddha, and you know, your teacher says something, you're totally concentrated for a long time. And,
Yeah.
and if you need something, you just go like ding. And then you wait there for a long time before the teacher says, oh, you have had your hand up already 10 minutes. What is your, and then you say, I want to go to the toilet, or I want to go outside, or I'm finished my job. So, 10 is perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect, but imagination.
Yeah.
And 1 is when the situation is the opposite, the total opposite. So, you said you have made some progress. You have become better.
Yeah.
No? I also have the feeling that you have become better because people who do hip hop, they become better all the time.
Exactly.
Because in hip hop you have to concentrate a lot. You have to listen to the instructions from the teacher, from the choreographer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have been taking lessons in hip hop, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you know when
we have to count, and we have to do everything the same.
And then you have to go to the music.
Yeah.
And everybody has to do exactly the same.
Yeah.
You are very clever that you have chosen hip hop as your hobby.
Yeah.
Because this is a perfect hobby for you. It will help you to become better.
My mom says, then you can move.
You can move, and you can also learn to concentrate.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Whoa, what a wonderful idea. Okay,
Yeah.
so where are you on the scale from 1 to 10? Right now, if this is perfect, and this is like the beginning where you can not concentrate at all, you are running around and you know.
Yeah. Now let's say an 8.
You are at 8. I will make a little break. Comment to the audience. You can have a drink. I will tell a little story. I was in Canada, and they had learned in Canada, in the one school there, or school district, they had learned about solution-focused approach. And then they asked me about the use of the scales. Now, we don't use the scales normally in kids at all. You can, of course, it's a solution-focused method to use the 1 to 10 or 1 to 5 or whatever you want to put. You don't even have to have numbers. But so they asked me, because I was visiting, so they said, well, what about the solution-focused method? You use the scales from 1 to 10. I felt like saying, I don't use the scales usually, and kids does not have even the suggestion to use the scale. So then said, what about the scale? They said, well, we asked the children how they behave on a scale from 1 to 10, and they say 10, or they say 8, when they are not at 8. And then I was thinking, how shall I explain to them that when we use the scales in solution-focused work, we use them in a subjective way, very subjectively. So you decide where you are on this scale. Nobody else comes to you and says, if you say 8, then you are 8 in your mind. Because our next question is not going to be, how come you say 8 when your teacher says you're on 4? It's not going to be that question. It will be more like something like, oh, you are 8. How did you get there? Because now my question is an invitation for the child or the person to start to, find some of their own solutions. So then when they tell me the solution, I can go like, wow, that's a good idea, and da-da-da-da. Even if they are not objectively on any kind of 8, if you ask somebody else, but subjectively they gave it like too high, objectively too high. But it doesn't matter, because I have questions that I can ask, like, how did you get there? And why not? I can also ask later. I can say, how can we get your teacher to notice that you are on 8? Eh? Good, no. See, I'm using the 8, but I'm not starting to argue with the client about if they are on 8 or 6 or something like that. Okay, let's see, we have a few more minutes, shall we continue?
Yeah.